Alright, man, what's up? If y'all can't take opinions, please click off the video right now. It's not for anybody that's gonna get triggered. It's not for anybody that's standing one of these shows and are angry about it. It's not for any crazy anime fans that are gonna go through hell because I made this video. This is just based on my opinion solely. So if you don't want to watch it, just click off. Alright, I'm gonna start off with Gravity Falls. So why I'd say Gravity Falls? Because when they started off with a childish show based on Earth, and there was supernatural things, they slowly built up until on the first season, I believe, they hit you with Bill, a god.
Oh, I know lots of things.
Lots of things.
And now you're thinking, how is this show going to end? It gets you more interested because you see a normal kids, normal family, normal world, but with paranormal activity. And it slowly starts to bring you to the point where you want to find out more about how are they going to beat a god when you finish the first season? How are they going to fight a god? So you keep going, and then you start realizing that there's way much more things than just, gnomes that can turn into giants or vampires or anything like that. You start to realize there's more to this story than just these little things. So it keeps you wondering and keeps you going. And as you keep going on to the story and you get to the last episode, you honestly see the way it built up the characters, the character development, the change in everybody. You start to see that this show actually makes sense and it's not just a cartoon. I believe that Alex Hirsch, the creator of this show, did not actually get the thing he wanted for this show. I think that this show was going to be way completely better if it was in another studio, not Disney XD, because I feel like Disney XD capped it and made it more childish than it was supposed to be, or less gore than it was supposed to be. But if this show wasn't anime, I believe that it would have been top tier. And I really do want to see some arguments, so let me know down in the comments. I'd say this show, it has amazing world building. I think no other anime could top that. Well, except for another one, but that's for later in this video. So Steven Universe has amazing world building. For any gem, any element you could think of, it can be a gem. So then it could technically be a character in the show. So that's the world building in the show. So it's unlimited as to what they could do. It's crazy. So when you see like this show start building up into another happy type of state, you also fall in love with the characters, and that's what makes the show so lovable. You fall in love with the characters. You like to see them all the time. You like to see them progress. You also like to see them in fights because you're rooting for them, even if they have to do something wrong, you still try to understand their way. So it's like a show that you'll fall in love with the characters, you'll fall in love with the plot, you'll fall in love with the story. And this show, for any people that watch it, you can see that there's villains from outside of the world, there's villains from inside of the world, there's people trying to get at a certain person, because gems see gems as gems. They don't see them as their physical body, but what they are named as, or what they look like through the gem, not the person, not anything like that. So Steven himself was put as his mom, and everybody else that comes out see him as a person called Pink Diamond. And it's completely different because Steven does nothing wrong, but he has to know that he has to fight because his mom died, and now he is basically his mom through the gem's eyes, and he has to fight for what his mom messed up. And a lot of people, some people might continue this show, some people might drop this show. I understand why you do either, because it's not for everybody. It's honestly not. You'll actually have to wait for this show a while, and it does not get interesting through the first few episodes. And I really do agree with that. It does not get interesting through the first episode at all. So I do understand why anybody would drop this show. But if it was anime adapted, I believe that it will be a great anime. So next on my list is Adventure Time. So Adventure Time, it has a huge world, and this world building that I was talking about that Steven Universe cannot beat. This show is unlimited as to what you can do with it. Any character could pop up in this show. There's magic characters, there's ground characters, there's sky characters, there's characters that live up in the sky, that live in different universes, that live in other time zones. There's other things, and there's so much things in this show that you can put that nobody else no other cartoon could compete with this world building. It's amazing. It has anything you could look at in your life right now could be a character in Adventure Time, and that's what makes it so crazy and so adventurous, So the title does really fit its whole entire plot. And I really do feel like if this was an anime, it would be a long anime that a lot of people would watch, just to have fun or just to have jokes, you know. Not every anime needs to be taken completely seriously. Not every anime needs to be the best. Not every anime needs to be number one or like a serious anime that has a huge giant plot. Of course, this show does have story in it, but it does not have a complete plot that you're waiting for to end at all. And you know, this show is really adventurous and it has the best world building I've ever seen in any cartoon and anime. So I will give this probably number 2 on the list, but I feel like these cartoons that I just listed were really good, and I'll try to get a part 2 for this video. But if you guys did enjoy, please like and subscribe. It will really help me out, and peace out.